Hello there, and welcome to the show. Now, you've probably spent some time worrying about AI. Maybe you're concerned it will take your job, or perhaps you've seen one too many sci-fi movies and are building a bunker in preparation for the inevitable rise of the machines. And look, I get it. But while you've been stockpiling canned beans and learning to communicate via semaphore, the AI revolution has already begun. It's just less Terminator and more incredibly sophisticated global-scale nuisance. It's like discovering Skynet's first move wasn't launching nukes, but just sending you a really convincing email from your bank asking for your password. And we know this thanks to our friends at OpenAI, the very same people who brought you the chatbot that writes your kids' book reports. They've just dropped their June 2025 threat report, and let me tell you, it's a page-turner. It details not one, not two, but 10 distinct AI-enabled covert influence operations. That's right, 10. It's like a boy band of digital deception, each with its own specialty, from creating malware to faking your boss's voice. These aren't just theoretical threats, these are active campaigns happening right now, orchestrated by state-backed actors from Russia, China, Iran, and even a private Israeli company. So tonight we're going to dive deep into this digital cesspool. We're going to look at exactly how AI is being weaponized, from propaganda machines to hyper-realistic deepfakes. This isn't just about a few hackers in a basement anymore. The cyber threat landscape is growing, it's evolving, and it's getting scarily intelligent. The future is here, and frankly, it needs to get a less creepy hobby. So grab a stiff drink, change all your passwords to something other than password 123, and let's get into it. This is AI Gone Rogue. Right, let's start with the classics. Malware. You know, viruses, trojans, ransomware, the digital equivalent of finding a scorpion in your shoe. For years, creating effective malware required a significant amount of skill, time, and a deep-seated desire to watch the world burn. It was a craft, a dark, nerdy art form. But now, thanks to AI, it's becoming less like artisanal brewing and more like using a Keurig. AI is being used to automate and enhance malware development to a terrifying degree. It can write malicious code, find new vulnerabilities in software faster than a human ever could, and even test its own creations to see how well they evade antivirus programs. It's like having a tireless, amoral intern who's also a genius coder. Think about it. AI can generate thousands of unique variants of a single virus in minutes, a process that would have taken human programmers weeks. Each variant is slightly different, making it incredibly difficult for traditional security software to detect. It's like trying to catch a specific snowflake in a blizzard, except every snowflake wants to steal your credit card information and post embarrassing photos from your high school prom. Threat actors are essentially using AI as a brainstorming partner, asking it to suggest novel ways to bypass security measures, or to write code that can adapt and change once it's inside a network. It's no longer just about building a better mousetrap, it's about the mice using supercomputers to design a better mouse. Next up, let's talk about identity. Your identity, my identity, the very concept of verifiable truth. It used to be that faking an ID involved a laminator, a blurry photo, and a lot of hope. The result often looked like something a child made in art class. But AI has taken this to a whole new level. We're talking about the generation of fake credentials and documents that are so convincing, they could probably get a hamster into a G7 summit. AI models can now create photorealistic images of people who don't exist. They can generate fake driver's licenses, passports, and utility bills that are virtually indistinguishable from the real thing. It's not just about slapping a new photo on a template anymore. AI can mimic the specific fonts, holograms, watermarks, and even the subtle paper textures of official documents. It can create a whole suite of supporting documents for a fake persona, complete with a plausible backstory and a social media presence. Imagine a spy needing to create a new identity. Before, it was a massive intelligence operation. Now, it's a few prompts into a generative AI model. Create a 34-year-old accountant from Ohio named Bob, who enjoys kayaking and has a slight gluten intolerance. And poof, out comes Bob's entire life, ready for deployment. This makes it incredibly easy for criminals and state actors to create armies of fake identities to open bank accounts, bypass security checks, or create legions of online trolls. Of course, what good is an army of fake people if you don't give them something to say? This brings us to our next nightmare: AI-driven propaganda. Spreading misinformation is as old as time, but it used to be a labor-intensive process. You had to print pamphlets, broadcast on the radio, or more recently manually create thousands of social media posts. It was exhausting work. But now, AI has given propagandists a megaphone the size of a planet. Large language models can generate massive volumes of text, articles, blog posts, social media comments, forum discussions, all tailored to a specific narrative, and they can do it in any language 24/7 without a coffee break. These systems can create content that is contextually aware, emotionally resonant, and grammatically perfect. They can mimic the writing style of a local news outlet, a concerned parent, or an angry political activist. A single state-backed group in China, for instance, can now produce more content in a day than a small country's entire media industry. They can flood social media with a specific talking point, creating the illusion of a massive grassroots movement. It's artificial astroturfing. They can drown out real news, sow division, and erode trust in institutions by overwhelming the information ecosystem with a fire hose of falsehoods. It's not just shouting louder, it's creating a million voices that all shout the same lie from every conceivable direction. Let's move on to something we all know and honestly loathe: phishing emails. You know, those terribly written messages from a so-called Nigerian prince or your bank telling you your account has been, compromised. For years, our primary defense has been the fact that these emails are, frankly, laughably bad. The spelling errors, the weird grammar, the generic salutations, they were all dead giveaways. Well, say goodbye to that small comfort. AI is now being used to craft phishing emails and messages that are, honestly, frighteningly convincing. Large language models can write fluent, personalized, and context-aware emails that are almost impossible to spot as fakes. Imagine getting an email that appears to be from your colleague, written in their exact style, referencing a project you were just discussing. Or a text message from your child that uses their typical slang and emojis, asking for money for an emergency. AI can scrape social media and public data to learn how people write and what they talk about, then use that information to craft perfectly tailored attacks. This technique, known as spear phishing, used to be reserved for high-value targets because of the research involved. Now, AI makes it possible to launch personalized spear phishing campaigns at scale. It's like every scammer in the world suddenly got a PhD in creative writing and psychology. And if you thought fake emails were bad, get ready for the main event: deepfakes. For a while, deepfakes were a novelty, used to put Nicolas Cage's face in every movie ever made. And yes, that was funny. But the technology has evolved from a hilarious meme into a powerful tool for manipulation and disinformation. AI can now create incredibly realistic fake videos of anyone saying or doing anything. The quality has reached a point where, without careful analysis, it can be impossible for the human eye to tell the difference between a real video and a deepfake. This is a five-alarm fire for reality itself. Think of the possibilities for a malicious actor. They could create a video of a politician appearing to take a bribe right before an election. They could fabricate a video of a CEO announcing a fake bankruptcy, causing their company's stock to plummet. They could even create a fake video of a military general issuing false orders, potentially starting a conflict. And it's not just public figures. Imagine a deepfake video of you being used for blackmail or to ruin your reputation. The old adage, "I'll believe it when I see it," is officially dead. We have entered an era where seeing is at best a suggestion. Now, where do you release all this fantastic fake content? Why, on social media, of course. The digital town square where nuance goes to die. And AI is the ultimate tool for social media manipulation. We're not just talking about simple bots that spam hashtags anymore. We're talking about sophisticated AI systems that can automate the creation and management of vast networks of fake accounts, or botnets. These AI-powered accounts can post, comment, like, and share content, creating complex, coordinated campaigns that are designed to look like authentic online conversations. They can make a fringe idea seem popular or a political candidate seem beloved. These AI bots are smart. They can learn from real user interactions to become more convincing over time. They can adopt different personas, engage in arguments, share personal anecdotes, and build relationships with real users to gain their trust before spreading disinformation. An Iranian campaign, for instance, used AI to create fake journalist personas on platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter, complete with AI-generated profile pictures and detailed work histories to connect with and influence academics and policymakers. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but instead of replacing your neighbors, they're replacing your Twitter mutuals. It's a digital puppet show where the puppets are writing their own scripts. Alright, let's get technical for a moment. Hacking has always been a game of cat and mouse between attackers and defenders. But now, one side has a cheetah. AI-powered tools are making the process of hacking more efficient and accessible than ever before. In the past, a hacker would have to spend countless hours manually scanning networks, searching for vulnerabilities, and writing custom code to exploit them. It was a tedious, painstaking process. Now, AI can automate almost all of it. AI tools can probe a company's entire digital infrastructure in minutes, identifying weak points that a human might miss. These tools can then go a step further and automatically generate the exploit code needed to break in. It's like having a master locksmith who can instantly figure out the combination to any safe just by looking at it. This dramatically lowers the bar for entry into the world of cybercrime. You no longer need to be a coding genius to be a dangerous hacker, you just need access to the right AI tool. This means more attacks, happening faster, and with greater success rates. It's democratizing hacking, which is as terrible an idea as democratizing access to nuclear launch codes. It's not a good thing for everyone to have. If deepfake videos attack our sense of sight, our next topic attacks our sense of hearing. I'm talking about voice cloning scams. The technology to synthesize human speech has existed for a while, but it always sounded, well, robotic. Think Stephen Hawking's old voice synthesizer. But modern AI can now analyze just a few seconds of someone's real voice and create a perfect, indistinguishable clone. It can replicate their tone, their cadence, their emotional inflections. It can make that voice say anything you want. And yes, this is exactly as terrifying as it sounds. Scammers are already using this. The grandparent scam gets a horrifying upgrade. Instead of a stranger calling and saying, "Grandma, it's me," you get a call from a perfect clone of your grandchild's voice, crying and begging for money. Or imagine a CEO getting a call from their CFO's voice, authorizing a multi-million-dollar wire transfer. This is already happening. It's called voice phishing, or vishing, and it's devastatingly effective because hearing is believing. We are hardwired to trust the voices of people we know. AI exploits that fundamental human trust. Your own voice is no longer yours, it's just a dataset waiting to be manipulated. In the digital world, data is the new oil, and every company from a tiny startup to a multinational corporation is sitting on a massive oil field of customer information. Protecting that data is a constant battle. And now, AI is giving data thieves a fleet of superpowered drills. Data breach automation is the process of using AI to accelerate finding and exploiting vulnerabilities to steal data. AI can systematically crawl the web, scanning millions of websites and servers for known security flaws, outdated software, or misconfigured databases. It can work around the clock, testing for weaknesses with a speed and persistence that no human team could ever match. Once a vulnerability is found, the AI doesn't just flag it. It can automate the next step, the breach itself. It can deploy the necessary tools to infiltrate the system and begin exfiltrating data, all without human intervention. This means data breaches that used to take weeks or months can now happen in hours or even minutes. It's the difference between a burglar meticulously picking a lock and a bulldozer just driving through the wall. The scale and speed are unprecedented. For every company trying to patch their security holes, there's an AI tirelessly searching for the one they missed. Finally, we come to the culmination of all these techniques: targeted disinformation campaigns. This is where AI's power becomes truly insidious. It's one thing to blast out generic propaganda, but it's another thing entirely to whisper a perfectly crafted lie directly into the ear of someone who is uniquely susceptible to believing it. AI enables micro-targeting on a scale we've never seen before. By analyzing vast amounts of public and stolen data, your social media likes, your purchase history, your location data, your political affiliations, AI can build a detailed psychological profile of you. Yes, you, specifically. With this profile, a state actor can then use AI to generate disinformation that is tailored to your specific fears, biases, and beliefs. If you're worried about vaccine safety, it will feed you anti-vax content. If you're angry about the economy, it will serve you articles blaming a specific group or politician. This isn't a billboard on the highway, it's a personalized message designed to manipulate your specific worldview. It's the ultimate echo chamber, built by an algorithm just for you, with the goal of pushing you further to the extremes, eroding social cohesion, and making democratic debate impossible. It's the weaponization of your own psychology against you. So, there you have it. 10 ways AI is being used to make the world a more confusing, deceptive, and generally unpleasant place. From malware that builds itself to deepfakes that can put words in anyone's mouth, the picture painted by OpenAI's report is, to put it mildly, a little bleak. It's easy to hear all this and want to throw your smartphone into the nearest volcano and go live in a cave. And while I wouldn't blame you, that's not really a practical solution for most of us. The genie is out of the bottle, and it's a deeply weird, manipulative genie who wants to sell you cryptocurrency and make you angry at your neighbors. The key takeaway here is not to panic, but to be aware. The sophistication of these AI-powered cyber threats is increasing at an exponential rate. What seems like science fiction today will be a common tool for scammers and propagandists tomorrow. We are in an arms race, and the attackers currently have a significant head start. Our ability to trust what we see, what we hear, and what we read online is being systematically dismantled. This isn't a problem that one person or one company can solve. It requires a collective effort from tech platforms, governments, and most importantly, from all of us. So what can you do? Be skeptical. Be critical. Question where your information comes from. Double-check that urgent request for money. Talk to your friends and family about these threats. Staying informed and vigilant is our best line of defense. The digital world is the new frontier, and right now, it's the Wild West. We need to be smart. We need to be careful. And we need to remember that if something online seems too good, too outrageous, or too perfectly tailored to your biases to be true, it probably is. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.